And we're back. Sorry about that. Again, I'm not sure what's going on. We have horrible, very, very horrible. I don't understand how we can go from 20 to 7% and now 2%. However, there is something I have to tell you. I did lack some storage for the TikTok Live, so we're not only the TikTok Live, so that's possibly why the battery is having issues. So, like I was saying, this is still a good place, right? This is still the same thing, and this is kind of nice. So with a good place, what we're having a discussion of okay, well, from the get go, right? Did Eleanor, and this is kind of cool because you're taking the whole show in consideration. It started from can Eleanor pretend to be in a good place? Can Eleanor belong in a good place if she makes an effort? Can we save Eleanor from being somewhere to the bad place? And it's the same thing from the good place. Are you deserving to be in a good place? Can you stay in being a good place with enough effort? Can you become a good person even after your death, right? So, and this is also important because all of this is from the perspective of somebody that wants to be in a good place. Most of the action that you're going to commit are going to be in life, and when you look at it, it makes sense because I want to be watching this show when I'm alive, not when I'm dead, right? So at the same time, the principle or the concept of becoming a good person or having higher moral value when you die is not possible because after death there's nothing, and if there is something, it's predetermined by your life you live. If the reincarnation, you can reincarnate into a good. If you're a good person, you have a good reincarnation. If you're a good person, you go to heaven. If you're a good person, you enter the kingdom of Allah. If you're a good person, you're right. I don't know what the Torah version of heaven is. I have no clue. But this is kind of cool because this is still a case to be made of. There's work to be done here. Now, this is super, super, super nice. Um, Eleanor leaves, and Eleanor's plan is to leave to the middle place. Now, this is kind of cool because you see the evolution of Eleanor. The evolution of Eleanor is, and I would love that to be the case. I don't know if that's the case because it was yesterday I watched it, I don't remember. But you see the evolution of Eleanor. So Eleanor in the very first half, she is a person that is kind of morally ambiguous, right? So I think I would love to see her going to see Mandy Sinclair to ask him another morally questionable person what to do here, and this would be cool, right? However, she is going there, and the cool thing is she didn't know that she's running away, and she doesn't. It's not mad at her running away. You're like, why are you running away? Which is a better question that you know. It's emotional. It's very emotional. And you know what's insane? She is conflicted, and Eleanor's character is right to be conflicted. She did everything she could to be a good person. It wasn't enough. She's giving a second chance at either succeeding or failing, and she chooses to run away, which is a normal fight or flight reaction, right? And I would have liked to fight for Shiri. See, and that's also the thing that's important, right? That's also the thing that's important. And this is kind of the craziest thing possible, right? So in the very first season, this is why the show is great, but you really have to pinpoint certain points. Maybe it's very easy for you guys to understand. It took me a couple of listening to realize what's going on. See, with Eleanor in the first season, you don't know that she doesn't know that she loves Shitty. She falls in love with Shitty, right? And even then, we learn how she fell in love with her. So Shitty was gonna sneeze, and she took a Kleenex and she gave it to him before he sneezed because she would need it. So she was thinking about other people well-being even when they were doing well, which is a very nice case, which is why he fell in love with her. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Eleanor now has the knowledge that she's in love with Shitty, right? Or a version of her was in love with Shitty, right? And this is kind of cool. This is super, super, super cool. Why? Because she could be staying for Shitty knowing that she loves him, right? I wish she doesn't. And that brings another question. That brings another question, which is as important. Beautiful thinking. If you're doing something that you don't know is wrong, then you're not really doing something wrong. There's no bad intention behind it, right? If you're doing something knowing that there's a good thing to do and you don't do it, then it's a wrong action because you didn't choose the best course of action, right? I love this. Eleanor changed her mind, right? And she's telling Michael, like, listen, we're gonna help you at one condition. She's gonna be the teacher. Now, this also is pretty cool because Eleanor thinks that she was able to transform her and Jason into a better person. So even a person like Michael would be a good person. Now, however, the next episode is gonna be the trolley. Is it a trolley or not yet? No, it's not it. It's the next one. Cool. Yeah, she wants she need to teach Michael how to be a better person. Now, there's two reasons for that. They want him to become a better person because again, they don't want to feel like he's gonna betray them at all costs. But there's also the fact that there's a possibility that if he wants to betray them or if he wants to do them harm, they'll feel guilty about it and they won't do it. So this is pretty freaking good, and I do like that. I do really like that. we have another case. This is super cool because the transformation. So we have another scene where it's Eleanor and Michael who are talking about what they're gonna do when they're gonna be in a good place. It's a cool scene for a couple of reasons. The first reason why it's so cool is because Michael abandoned the idea of being an architect, right? His main purpose, his whole life work was becoming an architect. And then when he finally succeeded, it didn't work. So, it's his whole life work. You have Vicky as the best person. So this is kind of cool. This is super cool. Why? Because for fuck's sakes, 14%. Of course, why not? Of course, why not? Official trailer. Oh, okay, they're jumping. Fortnite has a what you're doing. Good. They were announcing Fortnite and Daft Punk, but it's just the trailer release, not the actual event. Instagram is so small. At 255, bigger than we think. So it's also cool because we saw Eleanor, and one of the timeline has a satch with the best person, right? So we're seeing Vicky was the one that's going against Michael. Is going against Michael, and she's wearing it, and then she's singing "I Will Survive," which is kind of funny because, again, it's a great song. So they're talking about the plan. Eleanor is wanting to get drunk and insult people. The first timeline, we realized that the first timeline was what Michael planned all along. And this is something we knew. So they have the knowledge of these four people, so they know exactly how they'll react to a certain case. Eleanor's biggest breakthrough of the plan, or biggest confrontation of the plan, was the fact that she told everybody, hey, I don't belong here. And this is insane. Did I do this? Oh, I don't think I did it. I don't think I did it. I don't know if I did download it. Because again, I'm not watching the screen. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Don't. See? Now what you have to do, you have to make sure that you downloaded something.